Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to teach on a topic that most seniors are often hesitant to discuss, even with their care providers. Many shy away from it because they worry people will ask, "What is sex for at this age?" The truth is, sex is good for seniors, and they really need it because there are many benefits that come with it. Most seniors experience a decreased libido due to one chronic disease or another, and some medications they take may also affect their libido. But before I discuss a vitamin that might be a problem for seniors, let me first explain the importance and benefits of seniors having an active sex life. I'm just going to mention them one by one. 1. Improved heart health. Moderate sexual activity can act as a form of exercise that improves circulation and strengthens the heart, especially when done regularly. 2. Enhanced emotional well-being. Intimacy promotes the release of feel-good hormones like oxytocin and endorphins, which can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. 3. Better sleep. After orgasm, the body often releases hormones that promote relaxation and deeper sleep, something many older adults struggle with. 4. Boosted immunity. Regular sexual activity has been linked to stronger immune function, helping the body fight off illness. 5. Pain relief. Sexual activity can trigger the release of hormones that help relieve chronic pain, such as arthritis or backaches. 6. Improved self-esteem. Maintaining a healthy sex life can help seniors feel attractive, valued, and connected to their partners. 7. Cognitive benefits. Some studies suggest that sexual activity may enhance memory and brain function due to increased blood flow and hormone activity. Today, let's look at a vitamin that many of us grew up believing was completely harmless. Vitamin A. Most of us were told, eat your carrots so you can see in the dark. And to be fair, there's truth in that. Vitamin A is essential for a lot of good things: vision, immunity, skin health, reproduction, and cellular communication. But what if I told you that this very same vitamin, especially when taken in excess, can quietly lower your testosterone, interfere with hormone balance, and negatively affect your sexual health as you age? Yes, you heard that right. Vitamin A, in excessive amounts, has the potential to suppress the same systems that keep your sex hormones healthy and active, and the group most vulnerable to this effect? Older adults. Now, to be clear, vitamin A itself is not the enemy. In the right doses, it supports healthy immune responses, eye health and night vision, reproductive health, skin repair and growth, and cellular function and gene expression. The danger comes when we consume too much vitamin A, especially from synthetic or concentrated sources, like retinol-based supplements, high-dose multivitamins, or cod liver oil capsules. You see, vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, unlike vitamin C, which is water-soluble and flushed out when in excess. Fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A get stored in your liver and fat tissues, which means they can accumulate over time and build up to toxic levels if you're not careful. And here's where it gets especially important for those over 50. As we age, our liver function slows down, and the body's ability to process and eliminate excess nutrients diminishes. That means a dose of vitamin A that might be tolerable for a 25-year-old could accumulate dangerously in a 65-year-old. And what happens when your body has too much vitamin A? It doesn't just sit around doing nothing. It starts interfering with critical hormone signals, especially testosterone, the hormone that fuels sexual desire, mood, and vitality. Here's what's really going on behind the scenes. Your brain and endocrine system work together in a delicate feedback loop. It all begins with the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, tiny parts of the brain that send out chemical messengers telling your glands to produce hormones. For men, the pituitary signals the testes to produce testosterone. For women, it regulates estrogen and progesterone through the ovaries. But high levels of vitamin A, particularly the form known as retinol, can disrupt this entire communication process. Multiple studies, including one published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, have shown that excess retinol can suppress pituitary gland activity. This is the command center for hormone production. When the pituitary doesn't function properly, your hormone output suffers. The result? Low testosterone, decreased libido, fatigue, mood changes, and even erectile dysfunction in men. In women, this disruption can manifest as low energy, depression, menstrual irregularities, and reduced sexual interest. Most people have no idea they're getting too much vitamin A. Why? Because they're doing what they believe is healthy. They're taking a daily multivitamin that includes vitamin A, then they add a cod liver oil capsule, or a separate vitamin A booster, maybe even an immune-boosting supplement during flu season. Before they know it, their daily intake has doubled, or even tripled the recommended safe upper limit. That limit, by the way, is 10,000 international units per day, according to the U.S. National Institutes of Health and endorsed by the World Health Organization. Anything above that, especially on a regular basis, puts you at risk for what's known as hypervitaminosis A. Let's take a real-life example. Meet Mr. Tim, age 68. He was a retired teacher who felt increasingly tired. He had lost interest in sex, was sleeping poorly, and felt emotionally flat. His doctor ran some blood tests and found that his testosterone was below normal. But Mr. Tim didn't smoke, he exercised, he was eating well. So, what was the cause? It turned out he had been taking 15,000 international units of vitamin A daily, from a multivitamin, cod liver oil, and an eye health supplement. When he stopped the high-dose supplements and relied on whole foods for nutrition, his hormone levels gradually rebounded, and so did his confidence and energy. Now, Mr. Tim isn't alone. This is a story I've heard in many forms, especially among well-meaning seniors who are simply trying to stay healthy and proactive. The intention is good, but without guidance, even something as basic as vitamin A can work against you. So here's what we've learned. Vitamin A is essential, but only in the right amount. It is fat-soluble, meaning it stores in the body and can build up over time. Excess vitamin A can interfere with hormone signals, especially in older adults. Testosterone and sexual health can be compromised without any obvious warning signs. And most importantly, seniors are more vulnerable due to reduced liver function and slower metabolism. Here's the real issue. Excess vitamin A doesn't just sit quietly in your system. It's active. It gets involved where it shouldn't, interfering with your body's natural hormone communication system. Think of your hormone system like a finely tuned orchestra. Your brain is the conductor, your endocrine glands are the musicians, and your hormones are the music. When everything is in balance, your body produces just the right notes, testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, thyroid hormones, all in the right amounts and at the right time. But imagine what happens when one of the instruments, say, your pituitary gland, starts receiving distorted sheet music. That's what happens when there's too much vitamin A. Let's break that down. Your hypothalamus and pituitary gland are located in your brain and play a crucial role in hormone production. These glands act as command centers. They send out chemical messages, called gonadotropins, to other glands, like your testes or ovaries, telling them to produce testosterone or estrogen. But excess vitamin A, particularly in the form of retinoic acid or retinol esters, can actually suppress the activity of these key glands. When your pituitary gland becomes less active, it fails to send the proper hormonal cues to your sex organs. The result? Low testosterone, poor libido, mood changes, and low energy. Several studies have examined this effect. A key study published in Toxicology Letters found that high retinol levels altered pituitary function in animal models, reducing luteinizing hormone LH, the same hormone that stimulates testosterone production. In another study from the Journal of Nutrition, rats given high-dose vitamin A had suppressed Leydig cell activity, the cells responsible for testosterone production in males. In humans, chronic intake of more than 10,000 international units per day has been associated with reduced testosterone levels and altered hormone signaling, especially in seniors with slower liver metabolism. And that's not the only issue. Excess vitamin A also interferes with thyroid function, another essential part of the hormone network. It can reduce thyroid hormone receptors, causing downstream effects on metabolism, mood, and energy, which are all closely linked with sexual performance and desire. Let's bring this back to practical terms. If you're taking a daily multivitamin, a cod liver oil capsule, and maybe even a separate immune booster with retinol, you could easily be getting 15,000 to 25,000 international unit of vitamin A per day. That's 2 to 3 times the upper safe limit. Now remember, vitamin A is stored in your liver. It doesn't flush out with your urine like vitamin C. So if you're taking high doses day after day, week after week, it builds up, slowly and silently, until symptoms begin to show. And here's where aging becomes a serious factor. The World Health Organization emphasizes that older adults have slower liver function. With age, your liver becomes less efficient at clearing out excess retinoids. This makes you more vulnerable to hypervitaminosis A, a toxic buildup of vitamin A in the body. Symptoms can range from fatigue, bone and joint pain, irritability, blurred vision, skin dryness, and most relevant to this series, low testosterone and reduced sexual function. And because these symptoms are gradual, many seniors just assume they're normal aging. But often, it's not age, it's accumulation of the wrong nutrients in the wrong doses. I once consulted with a patient, let's call her Mrs. Femi, age 71. She had been struggling with low energy, mood swings, and complete disinterest in intimacy. Her medical tests came back mostly normal, except for a high level of stored vitamin A. We reviewed her supplement routine and discovered she was taking a multivitamin with 6,000 international unit of vitamin A, cod liver oil adding 4,000 international unit, and a separate beauty skin supplement with another 5,000 international unit. That's 15,000 international unit per day, without her even realizing it. Once we removed the high-dose supplements and focused on natural sources like vegetables and healthy fats, her energy began to return within weeks. In 3 months, her mood, skin, and interest in physical closeness had significantly improved. Vitamin A from whole foods, such as carrots, spinach, sweet potatoes, kale, and red bell peppers, is not associated with toxicity. These foods contain beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A. Your body only converts as much beta-carotene as it needs, so there's no risk of overload. But supplements, especially those containing preformed vitamin A like retinol or retinol palmitate, bypass this natural control mechanism. And that's where the danger lies. So here's the key message. Vitamin A is essential, but powerful. When taken in excess, especially from supplements, it can interfere with your pituitary gland, lower testosterone, and disturb your entire hormone balance. If you're a senior taking multiple supplements, it's worth taking a closer look at your daily intake. Talk to your doctor or a nutritionist. Ask to check your serum retinol levels, especially if you're experiencing fatigue, low mood, or intimacy challenges. Before we end this video, I want to add something special. Something practical. And something personal. You see, talking about senior sex is not just about listing benefits or reading facts. It's about improving real lives. So, let's go a bit deeper and explore some practical tips that can help you or your loved one enjoy a healthy, safe, and fulfilling sex life in your senior years. This is the part many people don't talk about, but should. 1. Communication is key. First and most importantly, communicate. Yes, talk to your partner. One of the most powerful tools in a healthy sexual relationship, especially as we age, is honest communication. Our bodies change with time. And so do our desires, our energy levels, and our comfort zones. So, don't be afraid to share how you feel. What you enjoy. What you're curious about. And yes, even what you're struggling with. Maybe you feel embarrassed. Maybe you worry your partner won't understand. But trust me, open conversations lead to deeper emotional connection and much better intimacy. Be patient. Be kind. Be open. And listen, not just talk. 2. Safe sex still matters. Now let's talk about something many seniors overlook: safe sex. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're no longer at risk for sexually transmitted infections, also known as STIs. In fact, some seniors are more at risk because they believe protection is no longer necessary. But here's the truth: if you're starting a new relationship or have multiple partners, use protection. Condoms are still important. And regular health screenings are a smart and caring choice for yourself and your partner. Being safe shows respect, responsibility, and self-love. 3. Managing physical limitations. Let's face it, aging comes with physical challenges. Arthritis, back pain, limited flexibility, fatigue. Sometimes, even medications affect how your body responds. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy intimacy. It simply means you adjust. Try positions that reduce pressure on joints. Use pillows to support your back or hips. Choose moments when your energy is higher, maybe in the morning or after a nap. And most importantly, remember, intimacy is not limited to intercourse. Gentle touch, hugs, kissing, holding hands, cuddling on the couch. These all count as beautiful, satisfying expressions of love. When you let go of pressure to perform and instead focus on connection, everything becomes more enjoyable. 4. When to talk to your doctor. Here's another important point: don't suffer in silence. If you're experiencing low libido, vaginal dryness, erectile dysfunction, or discomfort during sex, it's time to talk to your doctor. These challenges are common in senior years. But they're also treatable. Some medications can affect your desire or ability. Hormonal shifts may play a role. Chronic conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure may also have an impact. And guess what? There are safe, proven solutions available, both medical and natural. Your doctor has heard it all. You won't shock them. And you deserve to feel good in your body. So please, don't be ashamed to ask for help. You are worth it. 5. Emotional and spiritual connection. As we grow older, something beautiful happens. We begin to value emotional intimacy even more than physical performance. That deep bond, the feeling of being seen, heard, and loved, becomes the real core of a fulfilling relationship. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your heart. Take time to talk. Laugh together. Remember old stories. Build new memories. And for those who are spiritually inclined, shared faith or prayer can also deepen intimacy in surprising and profound ways. When the physical joins hands with the emotional and spiritual, the result is deeper, richer, and far more meaningful. Let me remind you of something powerful: you are never too old to love, to be loved, or to feel pleasure. Aging doesn't mean shutting down. It means adapting, evolving, embracing new seasons of life with confidence and grace. If your sexual life looks different from what it was 20 or 30 years ago, that's okay. It should. It's not about frequency or performance anymore. It's about connection, joy, health, and living fully, even in this chapter of life. So, as we wrap up, I want to encourage you: talk to your partner. Take care of your health. Be open to new possibilities. And never be ashamed of your body or your needs. You're still here. You're still vibrant. And yes, you still matter. If this video helped you in any way, let me know in the comments. Share your thoughts, your questions, or even your story, if you feel comfortable. And if you know someone this could help, please share it with them. Stay informed. Stay connected. And above all, keep living your very best life. Because the best is not behind you. It's still ahead. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.